Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. No afternoon, no evening, because this is Sunday, week 11 of the Sunday show for the Next Up crew. So it's your boy Will, along here with my co-host and an on-time man, Mike Thesis. What's good? Good morning. How you doing?
Good, man. I'm a very punctual dude, so I'm glad they got to witness this.
Well, it's long overdue. So we're glad that we made it done, so that we got it done. So that being said, this is going to be a really quick show because we want to get you guys prepared for your leagues or whatnot at the top of the hour. So any questions or thoughts that you guys have, go ahead and put it on the side. Go to put it on the chat over here, and we can go ahead and answer that. But let's go ahead and start off with the people that are going to be considered as out for the day. Um, Texans get a little bit of unfortunate news with Noah Brown actually being out this week. Dallas Goddard, Justin Jefferson, Michael Wilson, who was actually looking to be like a person that could actually take advantage with Kyler Murray coming back. Decide is not going to be in today. So if you have the availability to pick up Rondell Moore this week against the Texans, and I feel that's going to be kind of a shootout game, then by all means go ahead and pick him up right now if you feel that Rondell has that upside. People who were looking into might not be into people who might not have been playing but is expected to play. We have Keenan Allen playing, Garrett Wilson, Devon Achane, the return of Devon Achane, Alexander Madison, who was hurt this week, the return also of Khalil Herbert, and Pat Fryermuth is also expected to play coming back from the IR. So out of these players, Mike, is there anyone that jumps out to you as far as who? Let's go with who would actually benefit with their return today this week.
I'm all in on Devon Achane. That's the name. That's the highlight. That's the dude, man. Like I said, I'm so sorry. I picked him up like a week before he exploded, and I didn't have room on my roster, so I dropped him. But the idea was there. In theory, I knew he would be a great player. So super excited to see him come back. I'm really interested to see how he's going to mix into that backfield. Mostert's been holding it down in his absence, but yeah, to have somebody that electric and and that good coming back, maybe we'll see 70 points again. I don't know. We'll see.
God, I hope.
Also, also like the Rondell Moore too. I like the Rondell Moore pickup as well. I liked him in college. I think that he's a good player. Um, vastly better and more improved when Kyler Murray's the quarterback. I think having Kyler Murray back there will help Rondell Moore. And I think that he could have a pretty significant day going up against Houston. So I do like that one too, Will. What you got?
As far as a return, I'm actually kind of curious to see how Pat Fryermuth plays.
Mhm.
A lot of people are having issues with the tight end position, and it didn't seem like that all the pass catchers in Pittsburgh were really as in sync as we thought they could be. Deontay Johnson did do okay in the beginning when he came back, but then again last week he ended up going like back down to earth or whatnot. But it could be also be because of how the rest of the team actually played. Both Jalen Warren and Najee Harris did their thing last week, so it was more of a run game versus a passing game. So I am kind of curious to see how Kenny Pickett treats Pat Fryermuth in the return, but they are playing against a tough Browns defense. So, but at the same time, it is still a division game. So division games are usually tend to be not only closer but also more firepower in general. So very curious to see how Pat Fryermuth plays. So that didn't take long. We only had a couple minutes. Um, so all right, so a couple of questions. So one question that we have here, just in general, can the Bears win? There's nothing else behind it, but can the Bears just win? Can they just win?
Can they just
It is the return of Justin Fields. It is kind of the moment that technically Manny's been waiting for this whole time, and now um, he gets the opportunity to show out again. But he's playing against Detroit this week. So with that being said, Detroit Bears, can they actually win this week?
are the Bears at home? Because I'm on my phone, so I can't see the chats or any of that
The
kind of
Bears,
stuff.
Bears are not at home.
Bears are not at home. Okay. It'd be easier to win if they were at home.
Of
but
course.
but that being said, though, of course the Bears can win. They can win. It's a division game. Anything can happen in the division game. I think sometimes we forget that and we get surprised when we look up and we see, oh wow, the Broncos really beat the Chiefs. Like, yes, it's a division game. It can actually happen.
Right.
So yeah, so the Bears can win. If the Bears keep following the format they've been using, honestly, I think just giving the ball to Deonta Foreman and letting my man do work, and then kind of having Justin Fields operate off of Deonta Foreman, they can definitely win. I mean, I know the Lions are a good team, but I don't believe they're this juggernaut that undefeated team that can't be beaten. So, of course, the Bears can win. Now, will they win? That's a bigger question. I probably wouldn't put money on it.
I didn't.
Yeah,
As far as Khalil Herbert, he is once again coming back this week. So curious to see what the split is between Deontay Foreman and Khalil Herbert. Um,
I think Foreman's the better back, man. I might be alone on an island, but I just do. I know he didn't
yeah,
offer much pass catching ability, but man, he's a bulldozer.
he is the better back, I feel, but Herbert does still have that pass catching ability
Yes.
more than Foreman. So
Yes.
I can see a 50-50 split, but I'm curious to see how they played it this week. So for the Andrew owners like myself, because I've gotten in multiple leagues. We kind of talked about this on the show yesterday, but with Mark Andrews being out, first of all, is likely a tight end that we should look at as far as being the guy to pick up, and if not, who else?
So I like what you did there, and I think that we're likely going to have to look at likely as being somebody that we can possibly pick up. So,
I agree.
yeah, I think he's somebody that you can pick up. I like your McBride guy. If he's still available on your waiver wires, go get him. A lot
Mhm.
of people probably have taken Terry McBride by now, but if he's there, go get him. Depends on the type of league that you're in. You have Fairmouth coming back, like Will said. That's an option. You could definitely go that route and hope that he balls out. But if we're talking about Baltimore, I do think that likely is the guy to take over that role. He won't be Mark Andrews, but I do think that he can get you something in a pinch. So yeah, I like the kid.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad because on one of the leagues that I do have Firemuth, or excuse me, that I do have um Andrews, I did not the only I do have Trey McBride. Okay, never mind. Problem solved. I'm good. Anyway, so yeah, like that likely stash him. Like if you haven't if he's not available if he's available right now, then go ahead and put him in a stash. We know what he can do. We know it's been done, but now he's going to play in a more major role for the remainder of the year. And like I talked about in the show yesterday, I kind of feel that Odell Beckham is going to actually have a bump higher in his role this year for the remainder of the year,
Hmm.
with being more of a slant guy. Can't even think. He's going to be more of a slant guy versus a guy that's going deep. So as much as we would like to put our faith into likely, I kind of feel that it's going to be more the Odell Beckham show, and it's going to be kind of crazy to even think that that's even a thing anymore since that was like years ago when it was originally like that.
Not mad
Um,
at that. Not mad at that. Let me get one more tight end though. One more guy you can go grab. Let's say if you have Mark Andrews and he's well, obviously if you had Mark Andrews, you couldn't grab anybody because he probably was in that position and now he's injured, so your tight end slot is over. But let's say that you're looking for a replacement for Mark Andrews next week and going forward. Um, Another guy I kind of like a little bit, Kate Otten. Give Kate Otten a shot if you see him out
yeah,
there. He's
yes,
decent.
yes. I was actually going to say that. Cotton, pretty much. That's
Yeah.
first and last name. He's Cotton.
Right.
So I'm gonna call them from now on. But yeah, Cotton is actually not a bad replacement. Like we talked about before. Tampa Bay is one of those teams where they're not going to give up a game too easily. And this week they do play against the 49ers, and I've talked about the 49ers defense having a bit of an issue with with the receivers and pass catching in general. So Cotton can have the availability to um, squeak in like a couple like 6-7 yarders against them, and like it may be in that game in general might be a bigger shootout than what people expect. Um, because I went to of course I went to the sports book this morning, and the Niners were favored. Originally they started at 10 last week, but they ended up getting at 13 and a half when I got there. So that's a huge bump. And I think that's I think honestly that's actually way too high. So I'm kind of thinking that it might be a little bit lower than that. Like I could see Niners by 10. It's not. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be as high as they say it is. But yeah, Cotton is a decent idea for a good amount of players that are playing on Yahoo. It's the trade season is already finished, so grind as much as you can on the waiver wires stuff. So those on ESPN leagues, some of them still have availability for trades. So if you can do it, then by all means go for it. But also be aware that if it's to the point where you think that the tight end position is worth that much, then you might have to actually there may be a decent charge or a penalty that you have to pay as far as who you might have to give up for it. So we have about 10 minutes left, 9 minutes left. I'm gonna do a quick rundown of each of the shows, and I just want you to say what your opinion is on this game. Just give me who's gonna win on your opinion.
Gotcha.
Of course, the first game that comes up, Cowboys Panthers.
Cowboys.
I don't know why I even asked that. Moving on. Steelers Browns.
Browns.
Really?
Yeah. Even though we talked about Pittsburgh yesterday, I'm gonna take the Browns today.
You have that faith in DTR. I actually want to see it. I want to see him blow up today.
More the defense than DTR, but I would love to see him go off for sure.
Well, defense is always good. Actually, both of the defenses are good, so we'll see about that. Detroit, Chicago.
Detroit.
Okay. Same here, Detroit. Chargers, Packers.
It's in Green Bay, right?
In Green Bay.
Give me the Packers.
It was surprising. I was actually looking into that as a bet. I'll tell you what my bets were in a little bit, but I'm gonna take Chargers on this one.
I'm not mad at that. I just don't believe in those dudes. They always let me down.
I don't believe in Green Bay. So that's the reason. Okay. Texans, Cardinals.
Texans.
You think so?
CJ Stroud, man. Let's go.
Even with the return, actually, yeah. Never mind. I'm gonna say Texans, but by a field goal. I think it's gonna be a closer game than people think. Jags, Titans.
Give me Jacksonville. They got beat up last week. I think they come out and get some revenge today.
Yeah, I don't think any. I think this whole crew here just does not like the Titans. I think that's what it is.
I at least thought about it. But
you appreciated the thought. You at least thought about it. I'll go Jacksonville too. Dolphins, Raiders.
Miami.
I'll be shocked if the Raiders win. Moving on. Well, they're 500 right now, so
I hope they do. I hope they do. It would be nice for Antonio Pierce. I feel bad just because they're just. I have a lot of friends who are Raider fans, and they're just not having fun the year this year. But I hope they do win. But I pick Miami.
Commanders, Giants.
Ooh, Washington.
I'm actually gonna go Giants.
Really? Why is that?
I'm gonna go Giants because
believe in DeVito.
It's not that I don't believe in DeVito. It's kind of I believe in the coaching of the Giants that'll be able to beat the Commanders' offense. So simply Giants defense. I'm a believer in.
Okay.
So
I think they're trying to get Caleb Williams, but we'll see.
They should. Really, if they don't get Williams, then there's the kid. If he does play, go into the draft. There's Jefferson from LSU. Like that kid is something else.
The quarterback,
yeah,
he's nice. But you know who I would actually take over him? I really like the kid from Washington, Penix. I like him a lot.
Bo Nix, Oregon.
Bo Nix is good too. I mean, there's a lot of actually quality quarterbacks
here this coming year.
It is.
Like they thought that this year was going to be it, but nah, next year, bro. Next year. Bucks 49ers.
Niners.
Only time I'll probably have you say 49ers as a win. So
49ers.
Actually, no, you're not.
I don't hate.
You're more respectful. You're not Manny.
I picked y'all to go to the Super Bowl, man.
And they still will. I still my Super Bowl pick is still somewhat intact. The rematch of Niners and the Ravens. But of course, 49ers. Who else am I going to pick on this one? If it was closer, I would switch. But If anything, okay, I'll talk about it in a little bit. Here's the good one: Bills Jets.
Bills. I mean, they can't lose to the Jets twice in 1 year.
I'm hoping. The comeback win. Oh my god! The comeback win by like 1. That was actually surprising. I'll go Bills too. I'm trying not to agree with you everywhere. Seahawks Rams.
Okay, we'll probably disagree on this one. I'm gonna go with LA.
Okay, I was actually gonna go with LA too.
But,
I'm losing faith in Seattle right now, and that's kind of a shame. Because we both hyped up Seattle this year, and just lately it's just been bananas how badly it's just been for the past couple of years. So, or for the past couple of games. So Sunday night games. People think that this is a bad game, but I think it's like competitive wise, I think it's a good game. Denver at home versus Minnesota.
You know what, man? This is tough because both teams are hot right now.
Mm-hmm.
I love what Josh Dobbs is doing. I also like what the Denver's defense and what Sean Payton's been able to do. Russell Wilson kind of having a bit of a resurgence. This is crazy. Give me Denver.
I'll go split with you on this round and actually go Josh Dobbs and the Vikings. I do like to get it clarified. I do like the Broncos, but there's no way I can subside and just say no to what Josh Dobbs has been doing. Like you were a fan of him preseason, and he's made a believer in me. So I think Josh Dobbs can keep it going. Just wait until Justin Jefferson comes back next week, hopefully. I'm actually glad he's not in this week because I'm playing against someone who had him. So yeah. So I'm going Vikings that round. And last game, the Super Bowl rematch last year, Chiefs at home versus Philly.
Oh, I'm picking the Chiefs. Yeah, Chiefs all day. Let's go. Chiefs Kingdom. Get it done.
I'm only going to say Philly because they did make it close last year. Like it wasn't as world beater as people expected it to be, but I can actually see Philly pretty much try it again, and this time actually win with a better defense than what they had last year. So a lot of people, I can see a lot of people thinking I'm just crapping on Kansas City all the time. That's not it. I just have my thoughts about them. That's all.
Philly actually has a good chance. If you want me to be legit. And all the people out there just know I'm never going to pick Philly. I don't care if they're playing. I know I don't care if they're playing the RCC Tigers. I'm picking RCC. You know what I'm saying? But no, legitly, Philly does have a good chance to win if you're actually making real bets. I don't want to lead you in the wrong direction because they're coming off a bye week. Usually that spells well when you're coming off a bye week. You've had more time to prepare. People have rested up. So Philly's a good pick. But I'm going with Mahomes. Mahomes and Mahato. Going with Mahomes and Mahato.
Mahomes Mahato. Yeah. Travis Swift. Okay, so finally, I'll go ahead and do. I'll go and do the next up parlay. Actually, did you have one? Did you have something to put in for that?
Nah, that's kind of your thing, man. I'm gonna let you have that.
You're gonna leave it to me? Okay.
Yeah.
So, to those who haven't been paying attention, maybe not paying attention, but to those who aren't as close to me, like I usually do like a parlay every single week. And for the past like month, I've been starting to do a weekly parlay, and all of them are just ones that I feel that can actually do well each and every week. And I've been doing I did 2 5-team parlays for the last 2 weeks. Both of them won. So if you just want to bet them just individually, then by all means go ahead and do so. But me, I'm insane. I just like to do parlays. So that being said, these are the ones that I picked this week. I kind of talked to you about it before. As Mike leaves. What the hell? No,
no.
I'm like, damn, okay. But first pick. Damn right, Mark, I'm flexing. Anyway, so first pick, Giants 9.5 against the Commanders. Like I told you, I'm more of a believer in the defense for the Giants, and the Commanders, as good as they are, they're not world beaters. They tend to these two teams tend to actually have a closer game than what people usually do. Plus, the Giants did beat them earlier this year, and that was. Oh, I thought it was at Washington, but they're playing Washington this game. So, but yeah, if anything, it's going to be by a field goal. So not a field goal, by one touchdown. That's it. Tennessee and Jacksonville. I'm gonna go with the over. The over that I have right now is 40.5. I don't think that what happened last week with Jacksonville against the Niners is not the usual. So that being said, I can see the Titans actually playing a little bit decent against the Jacksonville D, and also at the same time, Jacksonville can actually run over the defense of the pass catcher defense of Tennessee. So I can see that being like a 2023 game. So third one, I have the Raiders and the Dolphins under 46.5 points, because that is a lot of points. That means that the Raiders are going to find a way to keep the game even as close as possible. But I actually don't see it. I don't see enough offense coming from the Raiders for them to actually meet that. But also at the same time, Miami, they might not go full-fledged because of the fact that they're playing this Friday on Black Friday. I forgot who they're playing, but since they have a short week, I can kind of see them not going full throttle against the Raiders, even if it is the Raiders. So I can actually see like a 35-10 that still covers it. It could be done. Next one, your Cowboys and the Panthers. I'm only gonna pick the over on this. So the over right now is 42.5, which is a little bit on the high point, but I wanted to use the same reason for the Miami game with Dallas, because Dallas, of course, they play Thanksgiving. But I still feel that they're going to make some kind of not only make some kind of statement, but also the Panthers are going to actually score against this Dallas D. So that being said, I could feel it'd be like a 28, no, I'll say 30-17. I can see a 30-17, and that'll actually legitimately be enough for them. And the last one that I picked was Tampa Bay plus 11.5 against the Niners. San Francisco has to likely prep up a little bit more for their division game against the Seahawks next week. Tampa Bay, like I said, they're not the full pushovers that we think that they are. I don't care what everybody else is betting, but this one I'm actually fading what everyone else is saying in this case. Like, Tampa Bay's defense is mediocre. Is it enough for them to get by, to not have 2 touchdowns against the 49ers? I could see that. So maybe a little bit closer than people think. So Tampa Bay plus 11.5. And I'm going to lose all 5 of those probably. So I don't care. So that being said, that's it for the show. We're 5 minutes over. We got lineups to set up as well. So we're going to be doing our thing right now. So that being said, thanks, Mike, for hopping in. We're going to try to do this every morning at 8:30 instead of 8:15, because like I said, there's a lot that's too much time. So 8:30 next week, we'll see you guys then. And until then, we'll also see you guys. We'll see you guys on Friday or Saturday. I don't know. We have to still figure out what Manny's schedule says. Anyway, we'll talk to you guys. You guys have a good night. Good day. Ugh, can't talk.